Hello everyone, welcome to Global Government News. Today is July 26, 2010, and I am Darko. I'm covering a horrific article here titled Raw Food Raid Highlights a Hunger. And this is from the Chicago Tribune, and it's basically talking about the state raiding whole food stores, organic stores, with guns drawn. Some people balk at restrictions on selling unprocessed milk and other foods. How can we not have the freedom to choose what we eat, one says. Regulators say the rules exist for safety and fairness, right? It's really fair to not allow you to buy something, right? That's really fair. And then the government cares about your safety, which is a bunch of crock of shit. So let's just cut to this video right off the bat, and then we'll get some background on it.
See, it comes with drawn guns.
You're looking under the tables.
Oh, yeah. Jesus, guys.
Yeah. All right. All right, I've done Chase's stuff.
So you can do these if you want to do this away from
Do you want me not to eliminate the ones you've written down?
Yeah,
Or can
no,
I
you eliminate them. You don't have to keep none.
Shanti Ray, you've done.
Yeah, all of them.
Ronit, you've done. Daniel, you've done. I don't need Chase. Oops, she wrote me back.
And it says here on the caption, surveillance video at Rawesome Foods in Venice appears to show officers from the LA County District Attorney's Office entering the private food club with guns drawn, searching for evidence of raw milk and other items. Other items as in items without aspartame or sucralose or MSG. It says, or nanoparticles now. The footage was obtained from Rawesome Foods, and this it goes down and it says, with no warning, one weekday morning, investigators entered an organic grocery store with a search warrant and ordered the hemp-clad workers to put down their buckets of mashed coconut cream and to step away from the nuts. Of course, they're trying to be funny about this, but it's really not all that funny, is it? It's a bunch of these, some people call them slackjaw, I call them. They look like fat asses with their chubby hands holding their little pistols, going in there. Just, you know, they are what really pisses me off, because these are the pieces of shit that just make it progressively worse for all of us, where we lose more and more of our freedom to buy certain products, and whether it's marijuana to put in our body, whether it's healthy food to put in our body. Yeah, I mean, whatever we want to do to be able to have the freedom of however we want to heal ourselves, right? The freedom of choice for healthcare. They don't like that. They want us to keep eating the MSG, keep eating the meats with all the growth hormones and steroids in there and antibiotics in there and the milk, and they make it more and more expensive. That's why it's more expensive for all this organic stuff. And so the gist of this is that it's all eugenics, and that's what it's all about, because you see, that's what I said, these people that are raiding this healthy store are all fat and out of shape because they're eating their eugenics food like good little slaves should. And the people that want to be free and eat healthy food without pesticides and chemicals in it, like the people that probably run this store, have to pay a higher price for that. So it's as simple as that. It has nothing to do with safety or fairness. It has to do with eugenics. Said then, guns drawn, 4 officers fanned out across Rawesome Foods in Venice, skirting past the arugula and peering under crates of zucchini. They found the raid's target inside a walk-in refrigerator, unmarked jugs of raw milk. I still can't believe they took our yogurt, said Rawesome volunteer C. Jones a few days after the raid. There's a medical marijuana shop a couple miles away, and they're raiding us because we're selling raw dairy products. And of course, right, that's totally ridiculous, you know. You know, they're saying there's a medical marijuana shop a couple miles away, and they're raiding us because we're selling raw milk. Well, they shouldn't be raiding anybody for marijuana, or medical marijuana, or recreational marijuana, and they shouldn't be raiding you for if you want to drink whole milk. Some people don't like regular homogenized milk, because it's basically they're frying all the bacteria that's in there, good bacteria and bad bacteria both, and that dead bacteria still sits in that milk after, and that's what I believe the process of pasteurizing is. So some people don't like it, and I think they should have the right to put it in their body if they want. But it says cartons of raw goat milk, and cow milk, and blocks of unpasteurized goat cheese were among the groceries seized in the June 30th raid by the federal, state, and local authorities, right? Because it's always federal, state, local. Because the local state police and all that have been federalized, and the federal authorities have been globalized, right? And then the local city, your little city fascists have been kind of, what do you call it, statized. It's not even a word, but even local authorities are in tune with Homeland Security. So on one side are government regulators who say they are enforcing rules designed to protect consumers from unsafe foods. That's right, that's that double thing. That's that kind of mind control that kicks in, where they're there to protect you from yourself, right? And to provide a level playing field for producers. To provide a level playing field for producers. Well, you can't really sell whole milk, raw milk. So how is that going to level the playing field? On the other side are healthy food consumers, a faction of foodies who challenge government science and seek food in its most pure form. No, they want to have the freedom to put whatever they want in their body, and that's just, it comes down to basic law. It comes down to basic natural law, and governments don't respect that, and people that cling on and look for government for solutions usually just bypass that whole very essence of freedom, of allowing a sovereign individual to put whatever they want in their body, whether it's recreational drugs, raw milk, organic vitamins, whatever. They have that right. They're not offending me. They're not offending anybody else. They're not encroaching on anybody else's life, their health, or their property. But it says, this is about control and profit, not our health. Co-founder of Rawesome Foods. How can we not have the freedom to choose what we eat? Scientists and regulators point to epidemiological evidence linking disease outbreaks to raw milk. And see, that's what they always say, like the vaccines. It's kind of a herd mentality, because we're all sheep pretty much, that you got to take the vaccines, otherwise you'll risk spreading the disease throughout society, and you'll be liable. So in this collectivist, utilitarianist view, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. So your rights have been suspended. Welcome to the democracy. It's not really democracy, but let's just pretend it is, right? But it says the milk can transmit bacteria such as E. coli, salmonella, and listeria, which can result in diarrhea, kidney failure, or death. Yeah, you might get a little diarrhea or something like that. But like I said, with the growth hormones and antibiotics, see, the free market, people stopped buying those products that had antibiotics and growth hormones in them. So the cheaper, more generic brands of milk locally here where I live have all taken the antibiotics out. They still have they've taken the growth hormones out. They still have the antibiotics in there, but they're slowly adjusting and answering the market, which is consumers don't want that in their products. And so when it comes to something like that, they'll basically leave it on the market, and there's nothing wrong with it. So things like MSG, aspartame, that the government squeezed through to get passed by the FDA, which they manipulated the results in the research, where they had 9, what was it, monkeys, I believe, that had contracted tumors, brain tumors, and that central nervous system damage. And instead of just saying, 90% of the monkeys who had aspartame died, they just said, we'll just dismiss those 9 monkeys out of the research entirely, and the 1 monkey that did live was fine. And see, that's how they do it. So I don't believe anything that they say. It says this is not about restricting public rights. Right. It's about making you safe.